Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our evening gown competition and our semifinals. Thank you, delegates, and thank you so much, Little Sisters, for terrific.
Here they are. We've got Canada heading off, and if you notice, they've been moving around a lot. And this is the first time in the top 3 for Venezuela and India. Canada was, I think, number 2 once before, if I'm not wrong or if I remember correctly. Anyway, the thing to remember is that these scores are now being added to the scores for the swimsuit and the interview competition, and that, of course, will determine the 6 finalists.
Fill my soul, Africa. Let me grow all Africa. Fill my soul, Africa. Don't let me go, Africa. Let me grow all Africa. Remember me.
Because we're about to find out who the 6 finalists are. What did this moment mean to you as you stood on stage in Manila last year?
Well, Daisy, it's a moment where you're nervous and you're excited and you really don't know what you're really truly feeling inside. But it's come down from 80 to 10, and you just hope that you're one of the 6.
Well, they're ready on stage, so I guess we're about to find out. Let's go back to Bob.
Okay, thanks, ladies. Yeah, it's true. It's time to move from the semifinals to the finals. Only 6 of our delegates are going to continue in this evening's competition. These are the 6 whom the judges have chosen, and I'm again going to read these names in random order. The first finalist for the title of Miss Universe 1995 is Miss Trinidad Tobago, Arlene Peterkin. Miss USA, Chelsea Smith. Miss Venezuela, Denise Floriano. That's 3. We have 3 spots left. One of them belongs to Miss India, Manpreet Brar. Miss Canada, Lana Buckberger. And the last spot belongs to Miss Puerto Rico, Desiree Lowry. There they are, the 6 finalists for the title of Miss Universe 1995.
All right, the tension definitely goes up a notch here, girlfriend, with the judges' questions. I just want to know what in the world was on your mind when you were doing this last year.
Daisy, you don't want to know. This is like very, very full of tension because you don't know what the judges are going to ask you. At the same time, your mind is computing for an answer.
Right.
And it's a place you don't want to be.
No, I would pack up and go if I were there.
Okay, our competition continues now live from Namibia with the judges' questions. Now, each delegate a judge's name from this bowl, and they will have 20 seconds to respond to that judge's question. Following that, the judges will consider the answer, but they will also see a video reminder of that contestant competing earlier this evening. Her answer, as well as the judge's overall impression, is going to determine the judge's score. Ladies, remember, all of your previous scores up until this point are now erased. You're all competing on an even footing from here on out, and we wish you luck. Remember, only 3 of you can continue to the final round of competition. We begin with Miss Trinidad Tobago, Arlene Peterkin. Go ahead, Arlene, select a name. You've gone with judge number 4. That is Dan McVicker. Dan, your question, please.
Hi. If you were to have a son or daughter someday, or both, what's the most important lesson that you would want to teach him or her?
I'm pretty certain I'll be having both because the family is so important to me. The most important lesson that I would teach them is to be true to themselves, because today I think the world is going so wrong because people are lying so much, not only to themselves but to everyone else. And as Shakespeare says, this above all, to thine own self be true, and it shall follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man.
Lots of Miss Trinidad Tobago. Stay right where you are. Let the judges lock in their scores. Thanks, Arlene. Next up is Miss USA, Chelsea Smith. Go ahead. Reach in there, Chelsea, and come up with a judge. It's judge number 6. That is Phil Gallo. Phil, your question.
Do you think the world would be a better place if we just had one world government and no separate countries?
No, I don't believe so at all. I think a lot of the separate countries have their own cultures, their own backgrounds, and even though all the governments may not be perfect, I think that the unity of each of the nations is very important. I've met a lot of wonderful ladies from different countries, and I couldn't see them all living in one country. I think each of them are very unique and special in their own way.
All right, Chelsea, stay right where you are. That's Miss USA. Thank you, Chelsea. Now we have Miss Venezuela, Denise Floriano. Go ahead, select a name out of the bowl. And you have gone with judge number 9. That is Irene Saez.
If you knew there will be no tomorrow, how would you spend your last day?
Si te dicen que no habrá el mundo mañana, ¿cómo pasarías tu último día?
Lo disfrutaría con todos los seres queridos, con mi madre, con mi hermano, con toda mi familia.
I would spend it with my beloved ones, with my family, with my brother, with my mother, with those that I love.
All right, Miss Venezuela, stay right here. Let the judges lock in their scores for you. Thank you, Denise. Now, Miss India, Manpreet Brar. And reach into the bowl. Come on. There you go. You come up with judge number 2. That is Zakes Mokai.
If you found yourself in a situation where you are being discriminated against because of race, what would you do?
There is a saying that goes, if your back is bent, only then will somebody climb on it. So stand up straight, and nobody will ever climb on your back. That's all.
Thank you, Miss India. Don't go away. Judges want to score. Don't go away. Just hang right there. Okay, now you can go. Thank you very much, Miss India. And now, Miss Canada, Lana Buckberger. A few names left in the bowl, Lana. And you have gone with judge number 1. That is Ann Magnuson.
If you had the chance to start your life over again, would you choose to be a man or a woman, and why?
Well, since I am a female now, I would definitely choose to be a female again, because there is not one thing in my life that I regret doing, and I do have a motto that does say you should never stop experiencing life. From experience, you learn to grow. From growing, you learn to give. And by giving, you let others experience life. Thank you very much.
Hey, Miss Canada, the judges want to vote on you, so don't go away. Okay, now you can step on back with the rest of them. And finally, we have Miss Puerto Rico, Desiree Lowry. Go ahead, select the judge. And you have chosen number 3. That is Lucero.
What do you think is the most important invention of the 20th century, and why?
I would say mass communication, because if it wasn't for mass communication, 600 million people in the world wouldn't be able to and experience this Miss Universe pageant. And I think that it has united a lot of our countries to be able to learn about them through television, through radio, and I definitely think mass communication is the best invention of the 20th century.
Okay, Miss Puerto Rico. $600 million are watching? Wow, thanks. Okay, I'm back there. That's it. Thank you, delegates. Great job, and thank you, judges, as well.